What's up, guys? It's Thief Chief here, and today I'm going to be showing you every single investment that you can make at the start of EAFC 24 Ultimate Team to help you get as many coins as possible. But before we jump into that, I'm going to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 5% off at checkout. Now let's get right into this video. All right, boys, so diving into this video, we have 5 different investments that I'm going to be showing you that you can make at the beginning of EAFC 24. And each of these investments also has its own video, so it goes a little bit more in depth on specific players and why we're doing this and how it's going to make us coins. And then I also post these in my free trading Discord. Make sure to join, link is down below. But diving into our first trading method here, we are going to be talking about probably the one that most of you have heard of and almost everybody knows about. It's investing in meta players. And if you don't know what meta players are, they're essentially just good players in the game that everybody wants in their squad. And these could be super high rated, like a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Neymar, a Haaland from last year, or these can be like the lower rated cards, for example, like Luis Diaz as an 84, or Saliba next year is going to be an 83. Now, the reason these cards are really good investments at the beginning of the game is because in the web app stages, number one, there's no real demand for players because nobody can play games, so they're not really going to spend their coins on building a team. And number two is there's not many coins in circulation during the web app stages, so that people don't really have the coins to splash on expensive players. So these guys are really, really cheap. And then as people get access to Ultimate Edition and the full game, these cards start to rise in price because number one, people get more coins, and number two, everybody actually wants to buy players for their squad. And I just want to show you like a couple examples from this past year. So if we were to go look at, let's just use the cards I mentioned. So my lower tier card that I mentioned typically is Luis Diaz as an 84. You'll see that he rose really, really well early on here. And then after this, just sees a little fall. But in these web app stages in early Ultimate Edition, you can see he's really cheap. So it's 100% worth buying into. So into our next investment here, it's going to be one that's a little bit more under the radar. Not many people are going to do, but it's typically pretty reliable. And it's going to be manager investing. Now, this again is going to sound very, very weird, but as many people know, throughout the year, French and Brazilian managers a lot of times are extinct at 5,000 coins. You can see here, these French ones, they're pretty much all listed for 5K, and I bet there's literally no Brazilian managers on the market. Now, this has been like this for a couple years where French and Brazilian managers are pretty expensive. However, in the web app stages, they're really, really cheap because nobody's buying managers because nobody can play games. And the only things managers really do is give you a little more chem on your team. So these cards are typically around like 500 coins during the web app stages, and then they can shoot up to 3, 4, 5K within a week of investing in these as people are building all their starter squads and whatnot and trying to get even more chemistry. So these guys have a lot of potential, but something to keep in mind this year is maybe they add a couple more French and Brazilian managers because they have women in the game. So, there's a bigger pool of people to pick from. So there can be changes that cause these to not rise as much, but I still think if these are like 500 coins, managers are kind of like a no-brainer investment because everybody is going to be using these. So these will be really cheap, definitely worth having a look at. Into our third investment here, something that again, I don't think many people are going to invest in and can make you a boatload of coins, and it's going to be meta silver cards. Now, this might be a bit weird because who on earth is buying silver cards? Why would we invest in these? Why would they rise in price? Well, if you don't know, for the last couple of years, we have been getting what is called silver stars and silver beast as an objective. And it's essentially every single Wednesday, you get a new silver star objective card. And it's basically just a promo player that's a silver, and you need to play with a full silver team to unlock that card. You have to play in a friendly, everybody has to use all silvers. So what happens is whenever that objective comes out, the really, really good meta silvers. So basically, anybody that's high pace, good league, good nation, whatever it may be, all go up in price because everybody wants these cards. And alongside that, not only can you unlock like a cool silver promo card, but they also release an objective called Silver Beasts where you have to play with a full silver squad and you can get a rare mega pack alongside some other packs as well. So a lot of things you can get with silvers here, and it causes a lot of those meta silvers to rise in price. And I do want to show you just like one example here, just so people can see it. So I'm just gonna go to silvers here. We'll go all silver, and we'll just find somebody with high pace here that's in a decent league. Actually, I'll sort by prem here. Why not? We'll sort by prem. We'll pick someone with high pace and move from there. Boom. Twanzebe is a center back, 81 pace here. So you'll see these silvers just move up and down like crazy. And that's what you're looking for in a card, is them to be very volatile, because it means there's a lot of spots for you to buy low and sell high. And you can see this Twanzebe card doubled in price from web app to when Silver Stars came out, and Silver Stars always comes on a Wednesday, so you see these cards are always expensive on Wednesdays here. So really simple there, meta silvers, and again, I'll have some of these in the Discord as well, so you guys know who to invest in. The next one is going to be one of my most recent videos, and it's going to be investing in advanced SBC players. And essentially, this works because at the beginning of the game, everybody is completing these League and Nation hybrid, hybrid nations, and hybrid leagues SBCs, and it drives the price of the cards you need for these SBCs up big time. So what we can do in the early stages of the web app is invest in these cards. And the best option here would be to show you an example. So a guy I want to show you from last year, Enzo Fernandez. There's a couple here, and again, you can see them in that video. Oh, what? Does Enzo Fernandez not exist then? What are we doing here? There we go. His Benfica card here. And you'll see at the beginning of the game here, if we go all the way back, web app stages, you know, he's 1800s, 1500, 1700, and then he shoots up to 8,000 coins as we get full release, and everybody's doing these SBCs. So you want to invest in these cards before full release of Ultimate Team, and then they'll shoot up in price as everybody is doing these SBCs. And my last thing I want to touch on here, our fifth investment, is going to be Team of the Week cards. Now, a lot of people get it misconstrued at the beginning of the game what kind of Team of the Weeks you want to be investing in. So you're not going to be investing in any sort of fodder Team of the Week or any sort of just like 80 rated, 84 rated card that isn't very good. We're going to be looking at Team of the Weeks that are actually like good cards in game, especially from Team of the Weeks 1, 2, and 3, because there's not going to be a ton of these cards in the game because there's not a ton of packs at the beginning of the game. However, there's going to be a lot of demand for these because they're some of the best cards in the game, considering we just have golds. So, looking at Team of the Week 1 here, if we look at any like meta card here, like a Son, a Saliba, anything like that, you'll find that their price moved a ton from where they started. Saliba here is 25, 28k, shoots up to 60, goes up to 65 here. You'll see this with Son, De Bruyne, Valverde. Any of these Team of the Weeks, they're going to be super easy to invest in, and it's just kind of like a no-brainer. You'll see Son here was like 200, 240, goes all the way up to 480, kind of settles around that 430k mark here. So Team of the Weeks are an absolute must at the beginning of the game, but again, you're going to be investing in those meta cards that are like good in game. You're not really looking at fodder cards because they don't really require Team of the Weeks for SBCs too much at the beginning of the game. So those are our 5 kind of go-to investments for you guys. Again, I'll be showing you what I invest in. We'll be streaming every day, RTG account, and showing you exactly what I'm doing alongside putting everything in the Discord. So make sure to keep your eye out for everything on that. But guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.